Yeah, welcome back to 3000 Miles. How's it been? How's the week been? And to all Arsenal fan, which I'm also part. I hope we are having we're having a lovely week. Man U fan, I just hope you keep it humble because the game just started. Well, it's your favorite guy, Dimeji.
I want to say something. Man, you Arsenal.
Well, it's so painful, but yeah, we're still topping the table though. So yeah, that's a consolation. Well, 3000 miles, and we're back with my brother here. K is Dimeji Sodeke, and today we'll be the only one in the studio. We'll be treating a topic that we feel that concerns everybody. And officially today, the line will be open, and we want you guys to call in to contribute, and it's open. And we really want you to also pour out your mind and tell us how things are from your own end. We would appreciate that. Yeah, Kay.
Well, actually, that's good news. I'll say that's good news because you all listening are our guests for today. Because the lines are open. Today we want to interact with you guys on the topic. The number to call is +44 743 782 6865. I'll call the number again, +44 743 782 6865. The lines are officially open.
Yeah, and today's topic is psychological reality of migration. Psychological reality of migration. You know, this is where we separate the wheat from the tares. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about expectation and reality.
No, that's one thing. This is one experience everybody has. There's nobody who doesn't have the experience. Yeah, I can see you, Niyi, all the way from Nigeria. You're listening in. Big shout out to you. So back to what I was saying. It's one thing that everybody who's here in the UK or generally in the abroad, like they will say, everybody has had that experience.
And you know one thing, there is this Nollywood expectation that I want to put in perspective.
No, it's not Nollywood expectation. It's more like a Bollywood expectation. You know, the Indian movies are very exaggerated. So you only have these exaggerated expectations.
Yeah, you know, when someone is moving from the village to Lagos in Nollywood, they'll say, Papa, don't they go Lagos for better life? And within 3 months, you don't build mansion.
I will start sending things down within 3 months.
So yeah, people have this expectation about coming to abroad, and they feel, man, this is where all my problems stop. I can sell my old house and everything and just travel out, and that is happily ever after. So the question now is, the reality versus such expectation. We really want to talk about it because it's quite important.
No, that is really very important, because the thing is, a lot of those of our families at home need to really hear this, because sometimes that expectation is actually only heightened by the fact that we have a lot of people back home expecting, they put too much on you. That's the bottom line. Because like me, my experience was, I won't lie to you, it was really funny. It was really funny for me because when I got a visa to come to the UK, before I got the visa, I was praying, I was fasting, I went spiritual. Like, I stopped drinking, I stopped everything I was doing. I stopped everything. Like, I was focused on God. And that's human life for you. When you need something, that's human life. When you need something from God, that period you are very committed to Him. I was focused on God. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Christian, but you know, sometimes we fall by the wayside. So I was focused on God. I needed a visa, and I won't forget the day I got a message that my passport was ready. I can go pick it up. I was so nervous that I couldn't even pick it up. It was my dad who went to pick it up. So when he picked it up, I met him. I was fidgeting. I was like, relax. You have the visa. So at that point, that joy, you know, there's that joy. Immediately you have what you're looking for. Then after the joy comes the sadness. And people will ask you, why are you sad?
The fear of the unknown.
Exactly. That's the next point. Because there's this joy, then there's this sadness.
That follows
it. Because the first question I asked myself, So I'm going to leave all my family and friends and everybody I've known for all my life.
Yeah. And go and start afresh, be a starter someone else.
Go somewhere else where you know little. I knew like a few people in the UK.
Well, I'm sorry to cut in. I remember my friend in Birmingham when I entered here. He just called me and he was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna take the joy away from you. Yeah, I want you to experience this joy. I want you to experience how it feels like. Yeah, you've migrated finally." But he said, "Don't take quite too long, because there is pressure." He said, "That's the truth, because here I've seen people lose it. They've gone back to Nigeria and they said, no, they can't withstand this pressure." He said, "Bro, this place will shake and test. We shake you to your bone marrow." Then I didn't understand. One part of me, I believe him because he's a very good friend of me. He can't lie to me. Another part's like, what now? You know, that kind of arrogance. If like, do you think your journey is like my own journey and everything? Later on, when those pressures start coming in, brother, I remember that I've shed tears from my eyes walking in one of the cold rain here. I literally cried. There was a time I was just I wanted to give up, but you know when you have a lot of things that is telling you that when you give up, it's like your life, your everything has just stopped. So those things kept me going, but the going wasn't easy. I remember working in a factory. During the winter, I was working in the cold in a food processing factory, and it's so cold that sometimes I can't feel my hands anymore. When I get home, I can't even pull off the heavy winter jacket off.
Because the hands are so heavy and everything.
And I'm still going back there the next night, and coupled up with school, coupled up with rent, coupled up with me trying to balance up my fees, coupled up with, so the pressure was just
coupled up with family at home waiting for pounds.
The pressure was just coming right, left, center, and I was like, what?
No, the thing is, when you talked about, honestly, when you were speaking just now, I was already getting emotional, like tears almost ran down my eyes, right? Because I just had to, I had to do a deep reflection right now on what happened to me. To be honest, the first day I came, let me just give you a brief. When I was leaving Nigeria, the idea was, come here, man, take pictures. You don't come here and key. Like, the fact is that you want everybody to see that you've crossed, and the only way to show that you have crossed is when you come here. You take your first picture, and there's one thing about that picture is that once they see that, people they have a way of knowing this is not Nigeria, even if you are indoors. So that was the idea. I was just come do pictures. Baba, you don't cross. Congrats. First day I came here, I took a connecting flight from Heathrow down to the Glasgow airport, and I got to Glasgow airport. As at it was 4:30 in the evening. It was already dark. Like I was like, what's happening here? Are we somewhere else? So I was cold. I had my jacket on. I saw this woman who came with me from Nigeria. She didn't have a good jacket on. She was looking for the sun, waiting for the sun to come pick her up. I had to give her my jacket. Walked with just a jumper to look for the sun. It was really cold. So I got to the place I was supposed to stay. I had no one to call. I had the person's number on WhatsApp. I had no network on my phone. No SIM, nothing, no network.
Yeah.
How do I connect to a Wi-Fi? I started walking around the whole of Paisley. I was just walking. I didn't know where I was going. And the next time I was like, now so abroad be. The first person I said, excuse me. The person just looked at me and I was like, I say now, wow, we don't come. So it was then this reality, it hit me, the reality hit me the first time. But I didn't really take it serious. I was like, it will pass. Then I finally got to the apartment. I settled. I slept. I was really cold. When I woke up the next morning, that was when, the night, sleep has a way of
just
of bringing things to your mind. I woke up in the morning. I was lying down. Literally, I was crying. Like I was just crying. I called the first person I called my wife. My wife was like, what's wrong? Are you alright? Why are you crying? I was like, I don't know. I think I made a mistake. That was just what I told her. I said, I think I made a mistake. Like, you made a mistake. I said, I would have just stayed in Nigeria, honestly. Man, all this money I spent, I would have just used it. First of all, the room I'm staying is not even bigger than my kitchen in Nigeria. First. The bed was so small, and I was crying. I was like, "Is this the life I want to live?"
Well, there's this saying. I love the way we are hitting the nail on the head, and I want everybody to understand that we are not trying to discourage you from coming. Yeah, there are opportunities. Yeah, but you don't have to just build all fairy tale in your mind, thinking it's Disneyland. You understand that it's just.
It's not Disneyland. See, let me just tell you this. It's not Disneyland. If you think coming abroad is a vacation, my brother, my sister, think again. Because when I got here, honestly, you were talking about a factory. You working in a factory. Baba, I was working in a factory down in East Kilbride. You know, it's over 13 kilometers from here to East Kilbride. Or no, 13 miles. Kilometers is short. 13 miles from here to East Kilbride. And that was where I was working. And I was working the 7 a.m. shift. So I have to leave the house with the first bus that leaves here by 5 a.m. Under the cold, myself and my flatmate, we'll go under the cold. We'll be shaking. We'll be in the bus stop like, Baba. And he said, Baba.
The factory I was telling you that I was working was in Kalai.
Oh, Kalai. The one. Oh, that's you're traveling.
I think you were the one that even gave me the link. Yeah, you were the one that gave me the link. So that it shared the border.
You shared the border with Newcastle. Just between Kalai and Newcastle.
So we travel from Glasgow to bro. And there is one psyche I want you to understand. One reality. So a lot of people are relevant. You've got 2 houses in Nigeria. You've got cars, and once you come here at first. To survive here, I don't know, because if you think you brought all your naira and everything here, the idea is just you really want to come make more money, right?
A millionaire in Nigeria, you come here, you are an average human being.
Just calm down. That's all. Calm down. And there is this mentality of Egbon that I be, and you feel like you can't relate with someone that is younger. It doesn't work here, because anybody can actually give you a link that will change your life.
Exactly.
And you need to just reorientate yourself and change your attitude.
Exactly.
When I got here with my brother-in-law, we didn't even have money to take us from Glasgow airport. If not for Jide that booked a taxi for us down home. When we got home, we had a very good reception because he had cooked and everything. He was,
You had a reception. You had people like
bro. That's bro. But on the long run, I understood the fact that and Jide really helped me because putting me through getting seen Monzo and everything. But at the same time, you need to work because you know how you left home. I've got the pregnant wife home, and the target was she was not going to have my child back in Nigeria because what was the point? And I'm here. All school was so different. It's not something I could maneuver like in Nigeria. So I was just back to square zero here. So I needed to be humble. If I wasn't humble, you and I would not have a connection in class.
I remember the first day. we met.
I
don't know if you mind if I say that story.
Yeah. Please.
I remember the first day I met him. We were in class, and you were looking really confused. I can't forget that day. I was like, I was wrong with this guy, so disorientated and everything. And we're good, and he made like, Baba, how far? I lost my wallet to.
Man,
my brother, he lost wallet.
I said I lost.
You got trek.
I don't even know what to do. I went to go and meet those guys in the train, those train attendants. They told me I should report, I should call one number. And I was just confused. Then I don't even want to call Jide because I'm this kind of person. I don't like using my own issue to. I was just there. If not for the fact that you came and you were like, guy, jump on the train. Baba, I don't know how I'll survive. I don't just know what will happen. And I was feeling so cold. And the ego in me was just like, I was trying to communicate with people, but I saw other people trying to say, your problem will be my own problem. They distance themselves.
You not send you.
They distance themselves from you. I was just like, what should I do now? In Nigeria, they would have said, come, it happens. Nobody's telling me come.
The truth is, one thing I've noticed is Nigerians are quick to help you when you have issues. If it was in Nigeria you had an issue with that and you explain, some will still say this one is scam, they lie. But you have people, before you talk to like 2, 3, 4 people, you have somebody who wants to listen. But first of all, they don't even want to hear your problem. The moment you're saying hello, nobody's even saying hi. They're walking away and you're like, is here human being? So the thing is, one thing I've noticed is, the problem is, a lot of us who come here, we have we give some kind of pic. I don't know if it's our fault or those back home, but there's an image we give those back home. Sometimes they don't get the reality of the truth. But lately, a lot of people have been sharing the reality. But I know way back, some time ago, everybody feel the moment somebody comes abroad, because that's the truth. Nobody comes and posts their struggle on social media.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. So even if I'm staying in a shared apartment with 6 people, the moment I'm dressed, I wear my jeans, wear my sneakers, wear a jacket on, I'm outside in the snow, I take a picture. People and post on social media. Everybody's saying, Baba, you fresh.
And there's a reality to that too.
Yeah.
Someone who is under, the loneliness here, the solitude here is crazy. So when you find attention online, at least, I've seen that. I've seen a lot of girls that have amassed a lot of followers on Twitter, and a lot of guys that have amassed a lot of followers on Instagram. And I've seen the way they live here. They are just normal person that are even, suffering from loneliness. So I wonder, I thought you guys have everything going on. That's the only thing that keeps them going. All the comments on social media and everything. And some people too, they want to be relevant in their father's house. The respect they give you, I want to buy a cow. If I go to shift, if I send them, they go steal you, Baba, Baba for your family compound. Some people don't really want to tell them the reality. Yeah? All they just want is, everybody has a way of what they feel matters to them. But for us that we are trying to let people know that this is the reality, you that you are coming in, you think it's all rosy because you see K has split his hair, he's living fresh. Dimi is on a bridge, London Bridge, and you think
taking pictures on London Bridge.
It's not vacation. As a matter of fact, those are just like 2 days out of like 3 months stretch.
And they say, Baba, we were good.
And there's also one thing we need to talk about: the work ethics. I wrote it here.
No, the work ethics is, honestly, I'll tell you, if you want to start talking about work ethics, we'll honestly they deviate from what we're talking about now, because that's a whole total if you want to sit down and talk about the white work ethics, Baba, we won't even live here, because you see those things we do in Nigeria, we're playing. Let's not even try to go there, because that is another day we will discuss.
Yeah.
Because if we hit it right now, we should just understand that the phone lines are still open.
Yeah.
The phone lines are still open. In case you're just joining us, it's 3,000 miles, and we're talking about the psychology of immigration and its realities and everything. And the phone line is +44 743 482 6865. I'll say it again: +44 743 782 6865. So I want to just, earlier you were saying something about relevance and loneliness, and the truth is that is, I totally agree with you on that aspect, because it could get so lonely to the fact that you don't know your next door neighbor. That's how lonely it gets.
I don't know my next door neighbor till now.
You probably might not know who is on the next flat. Sometimes it could get so lonely that you could be in a shared apartment, and the only thing you do with your flatmate is, the only time you guys see each other maybe twice in a day, and when someone is coming from the bathroom and the other is entering here, they goes, hi, hello, that's all. So you are always to yourself. So that is the thing. A lot of people who are lonely in real life find
relationship and friends on social media.
And the only way to get accepted on social media is to post nice things.
And do you really think that is having a good psychological turn of events on individuals?
No, the thing is, that's like a sucker. For me, that was a sucker for me when I came here, because coming here, I expected the fact that, because we see on social media, white people, they look friendly online. That's it. When you look at Instagram, you see people, they just go, hello. They look friendly, and like, oh, when you come here, it's all going to be hello, hi. But it wasn't hello, hi for me.
Everybody
to your tent, Israel. You come back, immediately you get back from work, you are opening your door. Even if you are seeing your neighbor, as he's telling you hi, it's closing his door. So nobody's asking you how was work.
It was even recently.
At that point in time, it was the social media that helped me. I would just go online. I had to start talking to a lot of people I didn't want to talk to.
Yes, there's still one of my guides now that, you know what I did? I created a kind of positive energy amidst my friends that are back home. I make sure I talk to them on video call. You know, those moments when I'm washing plates, I'm trying to cook or I put my video call on and I try to encourage you. How far you don't collect your passport and this. Before we talk on and on, to some certain extent, Nigeria too is not really good. He's having a good psyche. I don't know how he feels. I can't get into his mind. But to me, I needed to talk to someone. And my neighbors are not people we can talk with. It's not like when you peep, there's a movie to watch. Not everything is just too quiet. You know, when things are too organized. So I realized that one could actually, because now most of them now have gotten admission. One is just moving to Aberdeen, so one can actually channel such to a positive, kind of engagement with people back at home. Okay, this is how it is. Let me help you. Let me do this. Why some people just like to do what is called a mental oppression, and that's one thing I don't subscribe to. Living a fake life or trying to create a mental oppression in people's mind, and that's why people go to restaurant, you want to cook at your home, irrelevant TikTok and everything, just trying to create a kind of mental oppression that your papa, I don't arrive, I did in the abroad and everything, and that is also creating more barrier to people to engage you and stuff.
The truth is, that mental oppression is it shows how low the mind can be, because a lot of people see traveling abroad as an achievement more than a way to better their life. They feel, okay, let me come abroad. I have a lot of people I need to prove wrong, and that's a bad psyche to life. When you feel I want to prove everybody wrong, I don't come abroad, because when you have that mindset, you tend to start shading a lot of people. And I will be honest with you. To some extent, that was something that I behaved like that to a certain extent when I came, because I know at the point I was just post also when you born your pikin for abroad, it's sometimes you see it as cruise, but a lot of people read different meanings to you. Meanings can be read differently to what you post. Sometimes you might see it as you just being happy, because the truth is we are lonely. Right there, we are lonely, so we do everything
to just try and create
be happy and take our mind from the stress of work, the stress of living in the UK is 100% stressful.
I can tell you. See, we are social animals, and there's no way we can't interact with ourselves. And the last thing you want to do here, and this is a piece of advice for people who just moved in and people who are trying to move in, is to take your personal issues to work, thinking you are going to work to make friends, or you want to take, those things you do at Nigeria, that you take Ankara for your grandpa burial
to work
and say you want to sell.
My colleagues,
give it to Brian, give it to Zainab, they'll give me money later. All this, so you don't try it here, you don't bring
nobody cares about you. Like, somebody put a post up one day, he said, UK is the place I can do. Nobody cares about you. Go to your work, get your job done, get paid, and get out.
I think the best thing UK is good for is for you to have a family. If you have a very good relationship in the UK, trust me, you enjoy it, because everywhere good for your. In fact, you go pepper them for your marriage, your kid, and everything. Yes, but you see, this psyche, and I don't want to go into a topic. It will be a digression, and this. I don't want us to go deep into it. There is also one thing we came from. We had families here before. Those families have actually did us. They don't show us paper for family meeting. The way we don't hype them when they come. The way our mama go clean all the house. You get what I'm trying. Yeah. Like, so the way they don't raise them. As we enter here, we don't see. We don't. I don't want to talk something, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like you now you understand the fact that we really split ourselves into these people's, and these people enjoyed. They didn't even. They were not decent enough to even say, this is too much. They enjoyed the whole. Driving yourself to the beggar's floor and everything.
Let me tell you the truth. For the fact that you've entered an international flight and you are not staying in Nigeria, when you come to Nigeria, irrespective of what you are doing abroad, you are celebrated. It's just the normal. That is the normal Nigerian ideology. Even me, the moment I visit Nigeria, I want all that. I want it. They should clean the house, welcome me. Every day they should be asking what. They should even carry my leg and be holding my. They should be walking. They should be carrying me around. Because it is not. See,
good.
So let me tell you, it is not. The truth is, especially when you dey try. Because I have uncles who've traveled abroad. When they come back, nobody even cares.
They don't.
Nobody, because
they don't overlook them.
Because the fact that you're abroad, because first of all, the first thing abroad is they expect you to send money. That is just the harsh reality. Whether you are coming to study, nobody want to know if you came here for school. Send money.
Well, let's move into another topic of discourse that is very pertinent. I saw a video recently on Instagram. They showed a container, 2 cars, parked, all bicycle and everything. And they said the way people are jackpotting, people they move back to Nigeria. So let's talk about tax and bills. You know, the way we pay bill in Nigeria is 1 year. Once you don't sort your landlord 1 year, you go there relax. Tax, in fact, if you evade tax, nothing like, you don't even they think about
tax. You pay tax in Nigeria. I don't think I paid tax.
We boycott many things in Nigeria, but now when you get here where there is law and order, too much orderliness. Let's talk about that tax and bills.
Before we go into the tax, first thing I'll say is, the truth is, when I came here, one thing that really turned me off was the abroad is too orderly.
Too orderly. Like, it's too much. The lie that I lied is the reason why they didn't give me credit card till now. I have to wait for a few months before I get my credit card. I didn't know that all those small lies. Now one guy, he told me that I shouldn't tell them that I moved in last year. I should tell them I've been living here all my life. I said that the address where I get the test is not, this information you gave does not tally with the information you gave bank. I said, you see, I told you that in the abroad they will know.
The truth is, everything they know is, the orderliness here is too much. Sometimes I go on the road and I'm in a taxi, and the guy is driving, and you see a whole space, like the road is empty. I'm like, but overtake this guy, match this vehicle, and the guy is just going pa. In fact, they've
deleted in my head now. Oh wow!
And there was one day I had to tell one of the guys carrying me. I was like, bro, you're slow. Then he just pointed the sign to me that showed 30 miles per hour. Like, can you read? That was what he asked me, can you read? I looked at it. I was quiet. Because everybody has that sense of the fact that you have to be ordered. And that is what we are not used to. For the fact that I can't just come out and shout. Or I can't just play my music like I'm happy. Maybe I hit one good morning. I can't just loud music and I'm playing and my neighbor is coming, Baba, waiting the apple party day, and I say, Baba, take beer, sit down.
Hey, sit down. Oh, they don't go bring goats.
They don't credit me goats, they come for road. The fact that you can't have all that, sometimes it drives me crazy, honestly. Because sometimes I reminisce. When I come back from work in the evening, I reminisce. I'm sitting down. Sometimes I just tell my wife, by now I would have been in a Odokpo Bao. Just being a doctor with one of my
the choppy seal
with take one Guinness smooth. They press. The 2 of my guys will just come from there, we enter another location, and sometimes I get back by 12, 11 in the night, and I'm all. But you can't have that here. All you have to do is here in your house. Even if you go to the club or you go out, they will tell you they have a closing time. Like in Nigeria, sometimes we go to the bar. Mama say, I want close. Where you tell her, say, bring another crate. They will still loud music and say no anytime.
So calm down.
But yeah, if you like, you want to spend £2,000. Once it's that time for them to close, they don't even care how much I spend. They say we can't say we're done for the night.
Jam, to buttress more on the bills and tax. I'll keep it short and simple. Prepare to be debit. You see that mentality where you get that all this money, now me get time. Now only small go to spend. As you make money for you go debit. Just get used to debiting. Country for you, they give you money just for you. No, let me speak pidgin English. You won't make money here and think you won't pay back into the system. There's no way you can even do it, because you pay house rent, you pay council tax. You pay, if you are driving car again now, that's another issue.
You pay your car insurance.
You pay tax. In fact, from the salary that you've got. So don't
actually, somebody said in the UK you pay tax on working.
That's why they have a credit system here. See, basic. yeah, nagbese, then they use blue. So you know that prayer point you have in Nigeria. Me only jegbese. For year nagbese, then they use blue. Now why they get credit card? And another credit card, then they boost your credit score. See, we need to let them know, because some people, it takes a while before they could have access to mortgage. And the wisdom is the same house rent you are paying is what you'll be paying for mortgage. So it's better you build your credit score within 1 year or two. You get
But the thing is, the mentality we have with collecting things on credit. It's a very bad. I still have that mentality. I still have that mentality to a large extent. I'm like, no, I like paying for my stuff once. I don't like. And somebody told me, said it's bad. He said because that's a way to build your credit score.
Yeah.
You have to collect on credit. Go and take something new. Pay back small. But me, I feel
you pay back at
I will give them once their money. And honestly, first I wanted to buy a phone. I went to the iPhone shop. Like, I said, how much is the phone? I said, okay. I said, how are you paying? Instrument? No, I said, no, I'm paying cash. I'm giving out like 1,000. Like, in their mind, like, oh, rich Africans, they're here and everything. So, but we don't have the idea that take because you will pay and pay and pay and pay and pay. And at the end of this, right now, I forgive if my aunties and uncles that in the UK, if they are listening, I forgive you all.
I don't know how it be.
I forgive you. I don't understand. Because at that time when you tell them they send you 5,000, this man will sting you abroad. Only 5,000. I forgive you. In case you're just joining us, this is 3,000 miles on Jambo Radio Scotland, and it's still me, K, and I'm here with Dimeji, and we're talking about the topic, the psychological realities of migration. And we've been having a very, very intense open discussion. It is reality, honestly. It's eye-opening. And the phone line is still open, just in case you want to jump in and you've had an experience or you want to share something. The phone line is open. The number to call is +44 743 782 6865. Call the number again, +44 743 782 6865. So before we went on break, we're talking about. I want to draw you back a little, because during the break you said something. I want to draw you back a little about being lonely. What loneliness can drive you to do in this kind of situation. Because coming from a country like Nigeria where everywhere is noisy, like the decibel level in Nigeria is so high. If you vex, if your neighbor born, he don't invite you. Nobody go settle that fight. That if it gets so low, if it gets so quiet, sometimes you go crazy when it's quiet. Sometimes I get crazy. You get scared. Exactly. Like, to be honest with you, when I came here, generator sound was still in my ear for like 2 weeks before God deleted. Yeah, because you keep, even if the generator is off, I don't know if it happens to you. The generator is off in Nigeria. You still hear it in your ear. Yeah. So when it gets so quiet, sometimes it got so quiet that you can actually. That quietness has its own disadvantage, because people can be suicidal. People can. It can even lead people to being psychopaths. See, K, God will bless you. Let's open this topic, loneliness. That's why we will be advising people to take their mental health seriously here. Look, I'm still strong. An African man is not an African man disease. And calm down. All of us, we follow the talk. We are black. We know what we are talking about. You have to take your mental health seriously here. And some people have this bad culture of, I can do it all alone. I don't need people. Baba, calm down. That's why we have black community, society. Try, they relate. Drop all this, your ego of, look, we have good relationship. Yeah. And even through you, I've met some people that they say, they know, okay, and one way or the other, you vouched, this guy is a very good, they were cool with me. And that's on and on. If you are the kind of person you felt like you keep to yourself, at least if you're a very cool guy, be approachable. Be the kind of person you can never be on your own. Because I have people who've said, for Nigeria, at the day house 3 days, I know they come out, nothing they happen. Baba, you will go crazy. Calm down, yeah, you will lose your mind. Because last, you see, I'm telling you, this our nature of this communal living, the communal lifestyle. The communal lifestyle in Africa, we live in Africa. It's still inherent in it. In us. That's why we see ourselves
I hear you speak pidgin naturally. You be Nigeria, we're from Nigeria. We don't connect. Before you know it, we don't exchange contact. Why? Because we understand here that we value ourselves and we need to keep in touch. But you know, I have seen some people have exhibit a lot of terrible attitude. I'm pardon me to say, and most especially the ladies. You see, I've seen on a bus stop. I saw a lady. She's a woman actually. She's so grown that I would never imagine such a person would think a young guy like me will come approach her from the angle of me even trying to collect her number. But I was just excited that day that it's just she and I, the only black folks, in here. She was even smoking isolated. So in my mind, I felt like maybe she would have thought because I don't smoke, I didn't want to relate with her. So I just went closer to her. I said, hello, hi, Jesus Christ. She just gave me that, that cold look and everything, and that was it. So I feel a lot of people here, once you move in here, you just have to take your mental health seriously. And loneliness is the last thing you see. Loneliness during the summer is quite worse when it's winter. Winter itself has its own moody and kind of stupid atmosphere. And you now being alone.
Okwa, go finish you.
Trust me.
You resort to doing some things that you didn't plan to do. Some things I can't say on radio.
And that's why we wonder like in Africa, there are some things that an African man finds it hard to subscribe into. Say, I cannot shop online. What if they dupe me? Yeah, you don't have a choice. See, people are really making a fortune, even online, because to interact is a stress for people here.
See, the thing is, one thing I've noticed is here in the UK, human interaction is dying slowly.
It's declining. God bless you.
It's on the decline because people have developed the attitude of minding their business. Yes, it's good to mind your business. Mind your business, drink some water, be happy. But there are certain levels to minding your business.
It's even worse if you're a journalist like me.
Exactly.
We are taught not to mind our business.
So there are certain levels
to put mouth in people's business.
See, for me, to be honest with you, I found it very difficult to adapt to the system because right from when I was growing up, I've been closely knitted with family and friends. I've never stayed so far from my family. Like, I've been so close to my family that when I moved out of the house, from my house to my family house was like 15 minutes drive. So I didn't go so far from family. So I'm the kind of person who always wants to be around people.
Yeah.
Even when I moved to my apartment, I had some people living with me because all my life I've never stayed on my own alone. So coming here, and first of all, I was on my own. I was alone. It wasn't really easy for me.
Man,
and that is the truth. It's not easy. Sometimes people say, "I will adapt." Yes, adaptation is the key to life. Everybody must adapt, but you have to understand that it is not what it used to be in Nigeria. It is not what it used to be.
And it's so sad. You see, I always tell these people that we are happy people. And this society will drain that happiness from you years after years. It's so sad to watch people drain that special power of being a communal person to an isolated person. There's a book Said showed me, said there is nothing called like society. Like society is an illusion. That book is only valid in the Western world here. Because I could write a critique on that book and say this is nonsense. If you come to Africa, and the person is saying the truth. He said people love and cherish. What do you even make out of people that treat dogs better than human beings?
That's.
You ask a normal human being. I asked someone at work, do you have a child? She said, no, but I have a dog. How does that even correlate?
They're happy.
I can't make sense out of that.
It's just the society we live in where people feel if I'm lonely, I get a dog. That's the life. For example, in Nigeria, if I'm lonely, I'm at home, I feel lonely. What do?
I call two people.
I get dressed. Baba, you day house, we're out.
I call two people.
But yeah, they feel loneliness. You have a dog. When I'm lonely, I play with my dog. I take a walk with my dog, and I feel happy. So it's just so funny. Like I come here, I'm like, is this what people have to? This is the society we have to live in. And it's the thing is, a lot of people in Nigeria who go back, they do not prepare their mind for these realities.
And they are making things even worse. I'm sorry. Let's sexualize a little bit. This is we being adults here. You see, why it's difficult to get an attention of a female? Sometimes you go, or a male, you go into their closet and you find some kind of funny object there that can replace you. As a matter of fact, you can't even beat such speed. And you go to a male side house when I see, because that is already preparing to detach emotionally. That is on the basis of emotion. I don't want to go deep into it, not to be raw.
No,
these are sensitive things we need to point our attention to.
The thing is, this society, they create this society in a way that you can actually you can detach from all ramifications, sexually, completely, emotionally,
financially.
Physically. So you are detached from everybody and everything, and you feel
and that creates more problem, because when we look at the high stake of mental issues, health-related issues is on the high. And we now have to go back to the root causes of it. Look, in Africa, we know that we have cases of mad people, we have cases of mental issue people.
Depression and everything.
Yes, but on a scale of what? That's the question.
Where you scale the level of depression, where even though in Africa, and it's quite funny because
you have people to talk to.
When you look at the fact that in Africa, you put the level of suffering, it can't be compared to people suffer so much in Africa. But it's so funny that
they are happy people.
At the rate of the suffering, they are not so depressed and commit. I'm not saying there's no people don't commit suicide out of depression in Africa. They do, but the ratio is from here to Africa is totally different. Even with the society, they get everything they need. Somebody has a house, somebody eats well, you have everything, and they are still not happy because there's not that human interaction is dead.
I'll give you an instance. There is this my colleague. She's old. She takes me to work. She's a Scottish. And she told me that her first husband had everything. As a matter of fact, he had a successful job, worked for a big organization and everything, but he wasn't happy. So I asked. He said he's a workaholic, so he takes his job first before anything. He said even after divorcing her, he married a very young lady, the trophy kind of girl. You know, the kind of girl you marry when you are now rich, not the one when you married when things are. Now, he married the trophy girl. He was not still happy until he died. He said he died as a sad man. So he asked himself that not everything is money. This is someone who a vacuum is actually in him. He is trying to find such a vacuum. And this is something that can have a turn-on effect on everybody, not just a white or black thing. This is the reality of living, of migration, of being in the abroad. You see some people exhibit some kind of funny things, some kind of a lot of toxic attitude online, and they are being celebrated, welcome, and say, yeah, this is an expression of freedom. But on a deeper look, what kind of people is he amassing? These are the kind of people who have such a psychological effect, or, these are things that are very, very deep that we are just touching on the surface, and is in phases. Now, that's the boring part. The interesting part is our own African youth, Nigerian youth are drifting towards that end. What they call civilization now, gradually, is more of, I do my thing, you do your thing. I oppress you. I have my money and I have your thing. I've got my car. I need your girl and everything. Everything is drifting away from that communal brotherhood that we used to be. We used to live. And they brought it down here thinking that's a civilization. They are so in a hurry to welcome all the toxic things, not even sieve things and say these are the bad things, these are the good things. They just welcome everything because they feel everything foreign is good. Now they jump into the same trap net. That is, loneliness is one thing you don't want to deal with here, because trust me, suicidal, it can just be as quick as that. And people are dealing with terrible things here, psychological. You can just drift away even from your normal psyche to an abnormal psyche.
So that's the truth. So one thing here is my advice here. I'll tell people, I said, when you come in here, the truth is, even if you don't have family here, locate an African group. It could be a church, but have people you can interact with. Have places, people you can visit. Because that's one thing that might help you, because that sometimes you're at home, you are depressed. And initially when I came here, I had nowhere to go. Sometimes I just walk out in the cold. I just walk out in the cold, and I'm walking for like 20-30 minutes. You will not see one black person. I'll walk, I'll come back. I craved someone to talk to. When I finally had a friend, sometimes I just go to his place for no reason.
Of course.
And I go and I sit.
Nobody
We talk,
sees,
and I'm happy when I come home.
yes, nobody sees you in his house or a house, yeah, and think you're hungry. The truth is, no, food is even the
I'm
most ridiculous,
not be hungry, carry me come.
most ridiculous reason why you would even think someone is trying to be your friend. A lot of people crave for that, even if it's just talkativeness.
Just talk and
Let us
smile and be
talk
happy.
and let's disperse. Psychologically, that has really helped us. Now, if you're just joining us, we've been speaking on a very, very emotional topic, psychological reality of migration, K and I, and the line is still open, 0743 782 6865. 0743 782 6865. We welcome any call. We want your contribution. We want to listen from your own perspective as well. Okay, Kay, let's also talk about this thing called, sporting a very toxic group and avoiding it, all in the name of desperation. I really want to associate, but at the same time, there are some groups that are not actually really good for me.
Definitely. That's very correct, because the truth is sometimes when you come here, you fall into the wrong hands just because you want to
Associate.
And one thing I've noticed is the influence somebody can have. You can be, when you're abroad, being influenced, the possibility of being influenced is really high.
Very high.
Because at that point in time, especially for us young people, even old people, we are in a society where nobody judges you. Nobody judges you with whatever actions you do. Because in Nigeria, even if you want to do some certain things, you will have, what will people say? Even if it's sometimes it's not good when you're making decisions, but it's something that really guides us from going astray so much. But here, nobody cares. So you're like, nobody and you are jumping into places where you don't want to go. I was when I started working, when I started my first job, no, it was my second job rather. After I left the factory, I was a cleaner in one of the hospitals. So I had this group of black guys. There was two Nigerians, one Cameroonian, and one Tanzanian. So they were the only black guys in the hospital. So when we were on break, we are always sitting together, and they are talking. And one was telling you that I had somebody who can actually do this for them, give them some documents, blah blah blah, and everything. I was hearing that thing every day. At a point, I got interested and I got close to them. But I told myself, I said, this is not right. That good in me was still there. Because the more you associate and you mingle with people, you tend to want to reason. At a point, I started reasoning like them. There were some of them, among them, who smoke. I'm not going to judge anybody for smoking. Who smoke? At the point in time, I felt like, man, why should I should be smoking too. Why? Because they gave them smoke break. Aside the normal break, people who smoke, they have their smoke break. So I said, why don't I smoke? So I'll get smoke. I'll get smoke break too. So you see this kind of thing. So you have to still have that your resolve. In as much as you're coming, you have to hold that fact that, okay, I've come here now. This is the reality of life. I will meet this. I will meet this kind of people. I will do this kind of things. But this is what I want to do. You still have to have. That's why I tell myself, when you're coming, still keep your virtues in your bag. Normally, some of us will have our virtues on us. We have our ideologies on us. Some people will tell you, when you're coming abroad, throw your ideologies away because they will not help you here. That's, to a very large extent, that's correct. But what I would say is, do not throw your ideologies away. Fold it, keep it in a bag, and move with it. Because there are times you will need that ideology. And then, we're closing very soon because we're almost done. But I don't want us to, let's look at some of the positives. For the last few minutes, let's look at some of the positives, because we have been sounding all negative, you work. Let's look at some of the positive aspects.
I'll just say that there are more opportunities here. Financially, if you really want to, I think my friend told me that this place is a leveler, which I subscribe deeply into. It's a leveler for the fact that back in Nigeria, there's a yawning gap between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, such gap
The gap is not so much.
So you don't even know who is a billionaire or a millionaire. You can actually even be in the bus with the prime minister, with Nicola Sturgeon, and you really want to make shifts. You don't even have time for a picture with her. You know, this place.
You have the same. You have access to. Everybody has access to everything. Healthcare. Food is cheap.
So this place psychologically is going to build your confidence. It's going to build you see. I wrote something on my status. I said that humility in poverty might be a deep effect of inferiority complex, and that pride you exude in affluence in Nigeria might be you overestimating yourself. Because I don't care who is Otedola, who is really Dangote for let's be realistic. Are you going to run after Dangote so bad the way you're going to see him here? If they say he's there, you just okay, it's cool, he's a nice guy.
Because I can eat, I can feed myself, I can pay,
I don't need to meet him except God just you understand. So for me to survive, if I as a journalist, if I interview anybody, any politician here, just like Fani Kayode was saying that he's going to slap, so you don't try with me here. I will insult you back. But back there, NTA, salary, he's got connection in government. But here, you can't talk to me. It's not possible. So here, you're going to have that confidence 100%. You go professional.
We live in this place is a balanced society.
Yeah, very balanced
society.
Very balanced. So, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, everything that has a start always have an end, and this is where we draw the curtain. Although the lines were open, I know because it's the first time, we'll be expecting more in turn for our next edition. Psychological reality of migration was the topic we discussed today, and I'm still your favorite host. We are still your favorite hosts, Dimeji, Sodeke, and Kevwe. Yeah. A big shout out to Zainab and Brian. They are the one producing this today, and we appreciate you for your effort. Jambo Radio, a big shout out. You can see I'm wearing the cap. I'm on Jambo Radio out. See, we meet next week. Peace.
Peace be unto you.